Joined now by women's soccer coach Manoj Khetri to talk about the 2012 signing class for women's soccer. Your teams have made 4 straight Atlantic 10 tournament appearances. The senior class that will graduate in May graduates as one of the winningest in program history. Obviously, you can never replace a class like that, but this group incoming, what needs do they fill in your program?
It's a great question. You're right. You can never completely replace the players that you lose because you're losing seniors who have a great deal of experience, and they've helped build the culture that we have now here at Bonaventure. But based on our needs and what we needed, we knew that we needed to replace a number of not just key areas, but bring certain qualities that we were losing in that senior class. First and foremost, we have Christina Sorokin, who's a goalkeeper from Buffalo. I've been fortunate enough to know Christina since she was 13 years old through the Region 1 ODP. Great kid, terrific personality. She played at a very high level through the New York West State program as well as the Region 1 ODP. Got great feet, good leader. I think she's going to step in and compete right away based on her ability as well as her athleticism to play, and she's going to challenge the 3 goalkeepers who are here for playing time right away. We have a couple of kids in the midfield, 2 who are specifically going to be central midfielders in Gabby Balseca and Alex Mader from Carmel. Those kids we look at and will be central midfield players, first and foremost. I think Gabby's probably going to have a little bit more of a withdrawn in the back of midfield right in front of our back 4 and be that holding midfield person. I think Alex can play a number of the central midfield positions. I think that 3rd player, Amanda Gully, is someone that can play an attacking center midfield role, but is someone that we're going to look at to also step in and be possibly a forward for us full time. And then that leads us to up front, where we've got 2 kids who we feel like are going to be out and out forwards, Maria Pechny and Abby Maiello. Different kinds of forwards. I think Abby's a much more direct and athletic kind of forward. She's fantastic in the air. She's really good at getting on the end of crosses and finishing chances that other people create, but she also scores goals through combinations and through dribbling and getting behind defenses. I think Maria's a little bit more savvy, a little bit more technical. She's someone who's going to combine to get behind people. She makes smart runs. So they're a little different, but I think they're going to both help us score some goals.
With this class of 8, obviously you've gone from the back line moving forward. 2 other players in this class, Stephanie Jenkins and Lauren Hill, bring a couple of different skills to the table.
They do. It's hard to classify those guys because they can play probably anywhere on the field. I think both Steph and Lauren can play defender. I think they can both play in the midfield, and I think they can both possibly play up front. I see Lauren as more of a central player in all 3 of those levels, whether it's in the back, in the midfield, or up front. I think Steph is someone that we see who has the potential to be an outside back, certainly can play an attacking center midfield role, but someone we'd probably see as a forward out on the wing. They're both very good players. They both have some great qualities. I would say that Steph's a little bit more technical, a little bit more of a soccer player. I think Lauren has those capabilities, but she's just physically bigger. So obviously she's someone who could help us and give us some presence in the middle, whether it's in the midfield or as a central defender or even up front as a center forward.
Now this class hails from all over the Northeast and into the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, New York, New Jersey. Although there are 5 from New York, what impact does that have on your program to be able to recruit home?
Yeah, it's been an interesting dynamic. I think when I first got here, we really struggled to get really quality in-state kids to take a look at Bonaventure. And so, our recruiting was primarily based states and cities that were about 6 to 8 hours away. We would get the odd player, like a Taylor Broderick who's from Huntington Beach, or a Tori Burchett who's from Chicago. I think we have Katie Kirkman from Wisconsin, and she's probably one of the kids who's furthest away now. But it's kind of come full circle. We've managed now to regain interest from those kids in New York. We've got Gabby and Christina who are coming from Buffalo. We've got Lauren who's coming from the Rochester area, Maria who's coming from Binghamton, and then Abby who's coming from Albany. So all over the state of New York. It's been a fun process. It's I think a good sign that those kids are wanting to stay closer to home and are taking a serious look at St. Bonaventure.
Well, thanks, and congratulations on your signing class.
Thanks, Dallas.